In 1905, after the publication of Einstein's special theory of relativity, the whole classical idea of space and time was revolutionized. The experimental facts and some profound postulates revealed that space and time are not independent. They depend on each other by some equations called the Lorentz transformations. This fabulous theory unboxed some fascinating effects. The two main facts were number 1, the time dilation, and number 2, length contraction. These effects can be observed when objects move nearly at the speed of light, which is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second, a speed beyond our practical imagination. So, is there any incident that proves the validity of time dilation? Actually, there is. For the verification of time dilation, we need a clock with huge speed, nearly as fast as light. In 1941, at Echo Lake and Denver in Colorado, Bruno Rossi and D.B. Hale measured the decay of muons or mu mesons. What they found with their experiment was completely inconsistent with the theoretical results. Let us start with the question that what is muon? Well, muon is an elementary subatomic particle similar to the electron, but 2007 times heavier. The muon had been discovered in 1935 by Carl Anderson in his studies of cosmic rays. Muons are made when high-energy particles called cosmic rays slam into the Earth's atmosphere. They travel at close to the speed of light. Muons fall on the Earth from all angles. Every hand-sized area of the planet is hit by roughly 1 muon per second. That means they are penetrating you and every object around you every second. Muons can pass through hundreds of meters of solid material before they are absorbed. Muons carry either positive or negative charge and decays into either an electron or an positron along with neutrino and antineutrino as shown here. This is basically a radioactive decay process and can be expressed by the equation n is equal to n0 times e to the power minus t by tau, where capital N is the number of muons at a time t and n0 is the initial number. Tau represents the mean light time, that is 2.15 microsecond. Now suppose we take two places on Earth. One is a mountain top at about 2000 meter height, another the sea level. We want to measure the ratio of the flux of muons that we get in the sea level with respect to that of the mountain top. Let the ratio be capital R. We assume that the number of undecayed muons on the mountain top is n0. The muons travel at roughly about 99% of the speed of light, that is 0.99 c. In this speed, they cover up the distance in h by 0.99 c is equal to about 6.7 microseconds. We denote this time by small t. In this time, they will reach the sea level, continuing the decay process. As the mean lifetime of muon is 2.15 microseconds, so according to our decay equation, the fraction of muons that we would get after traveling small t time is equal to n at time t over n0, that is e to the power minus t by tau. Substituting the values, we get the ratio capital R is equal to 0.044. It should be the result, right? Well, the answer is no. So many sophisticated experiments were performed for this so far, and the ratio that we get by observation is around 0.7, which is corresponding to t upon tau is equal to 0.44 approximately. Therefore, experiment contradicts the theory. But how can this be true? We haven't made any mistakes so far, as you may say. Actually, we did one mistake. We have dealt with the muons traveling close to the speed of light, so the time dilation should come into play. We must consider the effect of time dilation for the calculation of the mean lifetime of the muons. According to Einstein's theory of special relativity, the time as observed by a moving system in velocity v and the time observed by a rest frame are related by the equation capital T is equal to T prime by root over 1 minus v square by c square. So while calculating the lifetime of muons, we must calculate the time from the frame of the muons that is moving at a speed 0.99 times the speed of light. As tau represents the mean lifetime, that is 2.15 microsecond in rest frame, the time for the fast falling muons will be 2.15 by square root of 1 minus 0.99 c by c whole square, that is equal to 15.241. Now if we calculate with this value for the mean lifetime, we will find the value of e to the power minus t by tau, and it will be 0.644. So capital R is equal to 0.644. This is our ratio, and this is our required result, which is very much accurate than that of the before, and this is matching nicely with our experiments. So finally the paradox is now solved. Actually, this type of results were found by Roche and Hall in 1941. They were able to separate out cosmic ray muons according to their speed, and they could find their half-lives by measuring how many of them survived the journey through the atmosphere. And they experimentally proved this general phenomena of time dilation.